may introduce Pablo Solon.
Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to speak about this key issue from what happened in 2010 in Cochabamba, where the Declaration on the Rights of Mother Earth was written, was adopted as a draft proposal. Until now, the movement for rights of nature has grown all over the world. We see that here in Rio, what is going to come out is a marked approach to try to solve the issues of the imbalance with nature. That is more of the same. It's just to bring more market capitalist approach to try to solve this imbalance. From our point of view, from the point of view of indigenous people, of faith communities, of civil society, what we need to do is really a change, a real shift in our paradigm. We need to recognize that nature is our home and we are part of nature. This year, in the coast of Peru, around 5,000 pelicans died and were lying in the beach. And 1,000 dolphins were also lying dead on the beach. Why? In one case, because of climate change. In the other case, because of oil drilling in the sea. What we are doing is we are destroying the environment. But it's not destroying the environment. We are killing. Who's responsible for this massacre of dolphins and pelicans? Do they have rights? Somebody should be brought into trial because of that. But nothing is being done. We think the dolphins have rights. The forests have rights. And they should have legal standing. The real shift that we need in order to develop a new society is to recognize that also all these living beings have rights. But not also animals and plants, glaciers. The glaciers in the Andean region have decreased in 1/3 in less than 20 years. Glaciers have the right to exist. They are the memory. If you want to look what happened 2, 3, 4 millions of years ago, go to the glaciers. We're destroying the memory of the planet. And nobody is doing nothing about it. Climate change is one of the worst attacks against the rights of nature. That is why we think, we're convinced, that if we don't make a shift in this decade, the next decade will be too late. Global warming will reach a turning point where we are going to be unable to stop 4 or 6 degrees Celsius more in our temperature. We have to develop a movement for rights of nature all around the world in order to make our voices stronger and to be able to stop key issues that are happening, for example, in relation to global warming. Rights of nature is to see that the main thing that we have to address, that we have to recognize, is that any economical model has limits. And those limits are the limits of nature. What is going to happen here in Rio+20 is exactly the opposite. Green economy is about how to continue development forever without taking into account seriously those limits. We cannot grow forever. What we need is to redistribute the wealth that already exists in the world. 50% of the resources are in the hands of 1% of the population of the world. If we don't address that issue, we are not going to be able to solve the issues of poverty. And yet, the document that's being negotiated doesn't say nothing about redistribution of wealth. That is the key issue. We cannot accept anymore that through new technologies, they begin to threaten nature. What is happening with GMOs, what is happening with the development of artificial nature is going to really bring a huge impact in what we have seen until now in our ecosystems, in our earth systems. We have to understand that there is a limit for experiments and technologies. What we want to say when we speak about rights of nature is we have to go into a new society where money is not the heart of the society, where ethics, where the respect for the other is the heart of a new society, of humans and of Earth. Thank you very much.